Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Waris. Vamos, let's go. Oh, more people are joining. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to, type hello in the chat. Tell us where you're joining us from. Yeah, I'm excited. First live ever on YouTube. Wow, we've got more people joining. Welcome, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. Can you type in the chat if you can hear me okay, please? That'd be fantastic. That'd be so helpful. Oh, hello. Hi, Iris. Good. You can hear me. Fantastic. All right, we're going to wait a couple of minutes. Carmen. Hola. Daksha. Hello. Ah, so cool. Thank you for joining me. Anna. Oh, thank you. Anna and William are on the call. Oh, someone try to call? That's not gonna help. Amaka, comfort. Let's go. I don't know who you are. Hyatt. Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna give it another minute or so and then we shall begin. Marie, hello. We've got the UK, we've got France, we've got Belgium. All right, you're Iris, you're in Belgium. Or you're in Holland, Belgium, I think. Ooh, don't shoot me. We might have West Africa as well. Yeah. My phone is going a bit mad. I don't know what is happening. Belgium, yeah. Oh, yeah. Currently in France. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's begin. Welcome. Welcome to, this live stream, this book launch, where I am going to tell you a bit more about the book. And then we will have a Q&A at the end. So the launch basically is 30-minute tops, including the Q&A. So that's it. And what I wanted to say is I wanted to introduce myself or reintroduce myself for those of you who know me only from a personal kind of perspective. I run a business, and what I do is who want to bring their life back into the center of everything they do in their business so that their business serves them and their life and not the other way around. So they stop sacrificing everything for the sake of running their business and making it a successful business. Now, as I said, 30-minute tops is called, and then we have more people coming. That's fantastic. Welcome everyone. We just started. I was saying that this live is 30-minute tops, and at the end, please ask me any question. I will be gladly answering them. Now, the first thing I'm looking at my notes here. The first thing I wanted to tell you is the funny story behind why I wrote this book. Now, before I dive into that, this book, what am I talking about? This book is called, the title is The Year That Whispered. Yeah, you heard it correctly. The Year That Whispered. Hello, Danielle, the change in year. Hello. The Year That Whispered, that's the title of the book. And basically, it's a collection of real stories, unfiltered stories of what basically went not so great last year, 2025, for me, for my business. And I'll go a bit more in detail later on. And you'll understand why I've gone that route with the book. But first, the story of why I wrote this book in the first place. So I had no intention, zero intention, zilch, to write a book now. Definitely not this kind of book, and definitely not this topic that I just briefly explained. So what happened? Well, what happened was there was something that would not leave me alone. And by that something that made me write the book, basically, I mean my intuition. Now, just to be clear, by intuition, I mean that little voice, that quiet voice that can get a bit annoying, that gut feeling that doesn't make sense until it does make complete sense. I'm sure you've been there. I've certainly been there, thinking in hindsight, why didn't I listen? I knew it. I knew it. Hello, everyone. Vanessa, hello. So that's what I mean by intuition. We've started, everyone. So welcome. I'm talking about intuition and why I wrote the book in the first place. So why am I even talking about intuition? Well, because intuition is deeply connected to something that most people in business, and especially women in business, want, need, and crave. And what is that? Content creation. Now, if you're not familiar with the expression, because some of us I know on the call are not in business yet. By content creation, of course, I mean posting on social media, writing your copy for your website, writing a book, shooting ads, videos, and everything and anything in between. And everyone wants to master that skill, right? But what most businesswomen end up doing is they either force themselves to create content, maybe every day. I was there talking about this in the book, and forcing themselves to create content. And bizarrely, this content usually leaves them feeling not so happy with the content. Or they trust AI more than themselves, and they end up sounding like everyone else. Or they scroll and they scroll and they scroll. They do market research. But the result of that is either they get discouraged, they don't post, or they copy. And side note, why would you copy anyone? Why would you do that? Because in essence, you are unique. And that's so true. You are unique. You have your unique voice. You have a unique message. You are one of a kind. There's no other people like you in business and in life. And I know that sounds cliche, but that is so true. That is so true. Everything you do in business needs to reflect your uniqueness. And why? Well, because that's how you stand out. And why would you want to stand out? Because that's how the people who need you can spot you. If you're lost in the crowd, how are they going to see that this is the person, this is you, this is the person they need to talk to, they need to get in touch with? So the best place to start with content creation is your intuition. And I know it's not a business topic, intuition, not so much, but I don't care. That's another reason why I wrote the book, my intuition. And there's a whole story about this in the book on how this whole happened and left me no choice. And if you want to know what happened exactly, it was at 3 a.m. in bed. Yeah, not fantastic, but when the inspiration comes, it just comes. You have to play with it. You have to allow it. And look, if your intuition leaves you like scratching your head, like, well, I'm not in business. I don't need my intuition. Oh my goodness, you need your intuition for anything and everything in life. Decision making, dating, inspiration, and life in general. You cannot navigate life without your intuition, without being utterly connected to your intuition. So let me stop there because, again, I talk about this more in the book. And I will also explore this topic a bit further in the coming weeks so that you can explore firsthand your own intuition and you can experience it with me. Now, if you have any question about your intuition, about intuition in general, I can't see question at the moment. Well, you will be able to ask me the questions at the end of the call. So moving on, I wanted also to tell you how I ended up going live on YouTube because I've never done that before. It's my first live stream ever. And the idea came fairly recently to me, crazy me. So I thought it would be interesting to share that with you because there's a story behind everything we do and everything we don't do in business, isn't it? So, first thing first, this live should not have happened at this time of the year. Had I not written the book, The Year That Whispered, had I not taken the time to reflect on what went wrong last year, you would find me right now either taking a training on how to write a book, taking a training on how to launch a book, taking a training on how to go live on YouTube. If I would have been lucky, I would have launched in December around Christmas this year. So nothing wrong with that, but that's not how I'm doing things right now. Because I'm not trying to do things properly anymore. I know that's shocking. I am not trying to do things properly anymore. So, what am I doing? Instead of following the classic model of learning, which we all know, first you learn from scratch, the theory, then you go and learn it even more, sometimes by heart, sometimes you implement, and then you get tested. That's typically your exams. That's the classic model of learning. But thanks to the book, I realized one thing that's actually, I just can't believe I didn't see it before. What I realized is that business is not university. I'm going to repeat it because this is so important. Business is not university. Business women, business owners in general, we are not students anymore. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that we are not learning from scratch. We are not born yesterday, basically. And even students at uni are not born yesterday, but that's another conversation for another day. So why am I even saying that? Because in 2026, I've completely changed the way I learn in business. I follow a complete different framework, a complete different model that I call try, train, and tweak, a 3T. Try, train, and tweak. So by try, well, that's very simple. It's where you try on your own first. That's the first thing you do is you try, you take the dive, you take the plunge, you trust that you have what it takes to create version number one. You draw from your own experience, basically. And of course, you monitor your results. And then you move to second step. After try, then you move into train. Train, well, you take the training. You take the training, you learn from someone who's been there before, who can train you and guide you. And now you're learning from experience. Well, I should say from augmented experience, because in the previous step, you gathered more experience as you tried on your own first. And then you move on to tweak. And by tweaking, very simple. You make it your own. You merge, you play, you assess, you combine, you remove beats, maybe you aggregate other beats that you learned previously, that you experienced previously, and then it's your version of that thing, whatever that thing is. Am I making sense so far? I would hope so. But that's exactly what I'm doing with the live stream today. I didn't take any training, so it might shock some of you. It's okay. It's okay. I might take some trainings in the future. There's one I'm definitely going to take is how to live stream for business. Can you believe I haven't taken the training yet? It's there. I've bought it, but I thought, you know what? Let me not even look at it. Let me just take the plunge. And then when I look at the training, I will be like, oops, oh, I didn't do that. Oh, I did that. Oh, that's even better. Now I can tweak my own way of doing things. And it's just more alive. It's just more alive. And frankly speaking, that's how I built my confidence by taking the plunge first. Um, that's me. I'm not saying this is the only way. I will never tell anyone that my way is the only way. That's for sure. That's something I talk about in the book as well, because that's been a key element of 2025. Try, train, tweak. Thank you, Maurice. Yeah, absolutely. That's the key element of what I'm doing in 2026 is being nuanced, sharing what I do for the sake of sharing, of interest, of learning together. But I will by no means tell you that is the only way. That's very important. Anyway, so now you're going to ask me, what if something goes wrong? You didn't take the training. What if something goes wrong? Well, as if taking the training would protect you from anything to go wrong. Nope. And anyway, this is not the point. The point we're trying to make here, when we try first, is to get started, to get to that version one. Because that is key. That is what is going to actually remove self doubt. When you don't let enough time for self doubt to creep in, you're good. You are good. So that's the point. The point is to get started and actually to go through the discomfort of not knowing exactly what you're doing. Because that is a tremendous strength that you're building, and that's your resilience there. And business is all about resilience, and actually, life is all about resilience. Um, so, thank you, Waris, for your quotes. Fantastic. So yes, so I wanted to share that with you. And the last point that actually takes me to my last point, which is the discomfort. I want to talk about discomfort because my book was uncomfortable to write, was an uncomfortable decision to decide to go public with it. Very uncomfortable. And now I'm fine, I'm okay, in case you're wondering. But you might feel uncomfortable with what I'm about to share. But it's okay. It's okay. Discomfort is part of life. Discomfort is part of life. And discomfort is part of business. Look, anyone coming to me who's shying away from discomfort, never wants to be wrong, never wants to go through humiliation or shame or failure, I would tell them, come back when you have worked on yourself a little bit, because business is going to crush you otherwise. Business is really, I feel, a school for, what's the word I'm looking for? Humility. You got to be humble. because there's a lot of ups and downs. And of course, that includes discomfort. No, now, discomfort in life, yeah, discomfort is normal. But we are absolutely, Nicole. But sometimes it's tough. It's tough. We are human beings. We all go through that. Sometimes we are disappointed. Sometimes we are ashamed. Sometimes it really hurts. And when that's the case, the last thing we want is to look at that thing that hurts, that disappoints, that brings shame, and that's okay. I mean, I'm been there, done that, worn the T-shirt, as they say. But this book and this live is my invitation for you to look anyway, to get closer to what's uncomfortable. Because when you do that from a place of calm, of neutrality, of acceptance, of compassion for yourself, because we all make mistakes, when you approach that from that place, that's when you are able to see the gem that is contained in the discomfort, the message that's in there, the truth, the lesson, basically. And now I've reached a point in this live stream where I need to tell you that this is exactly what happened to me with 2025. That whole year, the whole year, from January to December, felt like failure, utter failure. I had to leave the UK where I had lived 10 years, for 10 years, suddenly, and that was never the plan. It left a bitter aftertaste in my mouth. I had to readjust to my home country, which again I had left 10 years prior to that. And it felt like it was a different space, different planet. My friends had moved on, bless them. Um, I was back living with family. I won't comment on that one. I think everyone understands what I mean. I went through heartbreak. Business was not going well. I was launching, relaunching, trying. And honestly, it was very, very underwhelming, to say the least. And I haven't touched on the main challenge of that year yet. I will spare that. I will spare it because I actually talk about this in the book. But anyway, it felt like it was a never ending list, stacking of chaos and failure. Just, yeah, stacking on top of one another. Like never, it was never going to end. It really felt like that. You know, when you're in the thick of it, you're like, oh my God, when is it going to end? And you can't see the end of it. Well, when December came, December 2025 came, I, I can tell you, all I wanted to do was escape. I wanted to escape from 2025 and run away, move on, and only look at 2026. Forget about 2025. Let's go full on 2026. Mm-hmm. Nope, I couldn't do it. I couldn't look into my objectives for the upcoming year. I went completely blank. So I was quite annoyed. And then I realized I can't move on. It's normal. How can I move on without understanding, without looking at what went wrong this year, 2025? Gosh, I didn't like the idea that I had to look back into that because that, as I said, that year felt like a painful stacking of failure. But actually, it made so much sense. It from looking at that year everything else unlocked itself for 2026. And now I'm reaping the benefit of it. This live stream would have never happened. This book would have never been written. No, of course, no launched, had I not looked into that failure year. Isn't that interesting? And look, I mean, I'm looking at my notes. It's actually, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because how are you going to go in the right direction, set the right goals, if you don't even know where you're coming from? And it kind of makes sense when you're driving a car on the motorway, right? But for some reason in life, we can't see that. And that's the main message of the book. That's the main message of the book, The Year That Whispered. In every moment that's painful, in every failure, sorry, there is something precious that's actually waiting for you to discover it. It's waiting to be discovered by you. And if someone amongst you live on this live stream, or someone who watches a replay later on needs to hear this, I don't know, maybe they lost hope, maybe they're feeling alone, ashamed, I don't know, disappointed. Again, we've all been there. Well, this is for them. I want to tell them that there is light on the other side of what you're going through. Sometimes it's hard to believe, been there as well. But as long as you really take the time to look into what's happening, what's been happening, what's been painful, I can assure you that there's light on the other side of that. And my book is just a way of sharing that, with me being the testimony of what I've just shared with you, about discomfort, intuition, and business. So now, if you want to read the book, it's actually available now. I've put the link in the show notes, and I'm going to put it in the live chat as well. Let me do it now so that you can check it out. Here we are. And I've put the link. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to tell you, the link is a Stripe payment link, a classic one. After payment, you will see on the confirmation page the link to download the book. And if what I just shared with you makes you think of someone who might want to, I don't know, hear this message, who might need this, or who might like it, fantastic. I would love for you to share, but please share the link that I just shared in the chat, or the link that is in the show notes. And that's how you help me protect my work. And on that note, I would like to welcome any question that you have. Worries. What is it that you say? Doubt and worry freezes people. Don't sit wondering if you can do something, just go do it. Doubt of any kind can be ended with action. Yeah. Bob Proctor talked a lot about this. First live in the bag. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, I mean, discomfort is normal, as you were saying, Nicole. It's just the best remedy is taking action. Sometimes we take the wrong action, so we also need to be a bit attune with our intuition to guide us when we take action, but definitely taking action, woof, is the best remedy. So we are half an hour in. If you have any question, let me know, type in the chat. And yeah, I know there's a bit of a lag. You can ask me questions about, I don't know, how was it to write the book? How long did it take me? I don't know. Oh, Aris, thank you. Yeah, tuning. Yeah, it is so key. I think it's completely undervalued, not talked about. For some reason, some people think it's woo woo. It's not woo woo. It's fitted you. It's a feature of the human being. What's woo woo about this? I'm getting angry just on my own, so I'm gonna calm down. But why wouldn't you want to tap into your own potential? That gets me, yeah, scratching my head because I don't think anyone, I don't think any being on this planet is refusing to use all their features. I mean, can you imagine a fish saying, "Oh no, I'm not going to swim. Why would I swim? Okay, well, just then drown." But we human beings, we have tons of superpowers, including our intuition, and no, we label them woo woo or whatever, not serious, and we miss. Most people miss out so much. So intuition is a superpower of the human being, and there I said, women. Oh my goodness. Women are so brilliant with intuition. It's second nature for us. Why wouldn't you want to use it? It's a cutting edge advantage, especially in business, but also in life. So let me check. Iris, I might connect with you later. Ah, yeah, how to do a first live on YouTube. Yeah, you know what? It's so simple. I just couldn't believe it. YouTube has made it so simple. Thank you, everyone, for your congratulations. And I'm so happy you managed to stay on the call. Thank you. I don't know who HR2313 is, but thank you anyway. Super authentic. Well, yeah. I couldn't go not vulnerable with a book that is so vulnerable. And you will understand what I mean when you read the book. It's I haven't been shying away from from sharing the not so shiny and business success approved stories. Oh, Hyatt. Okay, HR. This is you, Hyatt. Fantastic. Yeah. So, yeah, this live had to be vulnerable. And the book is even more than that. But the point of me going vulnerable is not to whatever, what's the word I'm looking for, to do any virtue signaling or look at me, pull me. Absolutely not. Is to explain the lessons that were contained in the shitty moments. Because I really think, I don't know what you would say about that, and then I need to stop the live. But I really believe that there's at least as much as many lessons in failure as there are in success, and even probably more lessons in failure, so to speak, than there are in success. Oh, Aris, you bought. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, that means the Stripe payment link works. Well, I should know because I bought it myself first. The things you do to test your own systems, you end up buying your own thing. Anyway, at least that's how you know it works. Fantastic, Iris. Well, the book is there available. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would really love to hear your thoughts. The book is here to start a conversation with you all because I'm tired of the success stories rubbed in your face on social media, if I'm honest. I'm just tired of that. I'm like, oh yeah, go on. Meh, meh, meh. I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not learning anything from your brilliant whatever, whatever. And you're not sharing anything of the journey. And everyone knows there's been ups and downs because that's how it works. Um, yeah. So that's it. I don't know how to end this thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. And that was so easy to do. And thank you so much for bringing all this lovely energy to me, to this live. And this live will be available as a replay. But it's now turned into a YouTube video, a classic one, on demand. So it lives for a long time after the live. Can you see the beauty of that? Thank you, Vanessa. And is sorry if I have missed some of your messages, but and with a smile, as you say, Danielle. Brilliant. On that note, let me wish you all a lovely rest of your day. Daksha, yeah, go ahead and read the book and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, sending you lots of love as always. And catch you on the next one. Bye.